What's going on with everybody up out there? Welcome to the Fans Point of View podcast with your host, the most unknown known podcast it is up out there, Truckin Chubbzy, aka Clarence Hampton III. This ain't your coaches and pros, your X's and O's. This is the Fans Point of View and what I know. So let's go. Man, oh man, oh man. I know this is off subject a little bit, but man, you gotta watch what's going on. I get so many DMs and everything from people that's just like spamming me and all that. Like it's crazy out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's wild, bro. Wow. Just super wild. But I wanna talk real right now and about football in general and just come live and tell y'all a little bit about me and sports in general, right? So, as y'all all know, I started the fans' point of view to be different from a lot of people, and to emphasize the fans' point of view, right? Not professional in this area. Although I will kick a professional's ass any day of the week when it comes to football debating, it don't matter. Because I know this sport, I love this sport and everything that's about this sport. Now, when and I want to share this story to say that stars to me in college football do not matter. Some A lot of the talent gets overlooked. Now I do want to say that it is upon parents that may not know the networking of sports in general for your child. Some people say, it you go over the top with the things you may know, but when you're a parent and you're putting your kids in these sports, you want the right eyes to be upon your child. And a lot of us may not know that coming from certain parts of the city and stuff, that you want your child to be in front of the right set of eyes in order to succeed in their sport. Okay. Um, and that's just a fact. And that's not pushing the limits or anything. That's just giving your child the best opportunity, because I have a little brother that was awesome in football. Period, point blank. I don't like when people jump in and jump out because of the things that I may say, or I may say something that you might not like to hear or whatever else. But anyway, if you're joining in, we having a real conversation right now about football. And I want to explain this to a lot of parents that may not know about this. Okay. He was excellent in football. We did not know the networking of the internet, college film, and so forth and so on. So he was not ranked in the country or in New York State, but he's was the absolute beast. Period. Point blank. He was going to be Khalil Mack's roommate in college. That didn't happen. And it was just our lack of knowledge and stuff like that of this. So I'm saying that to say that stars don't matter to me, because I understand that a lot of these kids that's coming up to the college level may not have stars, or maybe 3 stars. Does not mean that they're beast on the football field. And I'm going to start off with saying that because this kid from Aliquippa, they have him ranked as a 3 star on 24/7 Sports from what they seen. But if they actually went out and watched him, there's no linebackers like him in the country. He's committed to Pitt University. Cameron Lindsay is an absolute beast. And when I give him the compliment of saying that he is a linebacker through and through, and he carried the ball in high school, to say that he's going to play linebacker up at Pitt, but he's an absolute monster that committed to Pitt University. They got him ranked as a 3 star on 24/7 because he's not out there in the social media world. A lot of people don't know about him in Texas or Alabama. He's known in the Pittsburgh, Western PA area. You're hearing about him all the way up in Buffalo and Erie and so forth and so on. The social media aspect has a lot to do with how successful these high school students are, and in college level, and how many stars they're getting ranked as. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that matters. That matters a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? To, I guess, to coaches out there or whoever else that may be. Now, getting into that, Pitt has a lot to work on. We got so much to work on at the University of Pitt. Last place, um, Pat Narduzzi and everybody up there, the staff up there, they do the best job they can do in bringing in the talent they need to bring up to Pittsburgh. They're getting a lot of 3 stars. We get a lot of our skill position players from down there, down south, Florida, Georgia, so forth and so on, right? And we get a lot of 3 stars. Not a lot of 4 and 5 stars when they go up to Pittsburgh. And I think it has a lot to do with how the environment is up there. The environment, the how you doing? How you doing, LNV? I appreciate you. Make sure that you like and share the stream. I really appreciate it. I'm just talking about in general how stars to me don't matter, but how a lot of these inner city kids that don't have the opportunities as a lot of other people to be stars on the internet or have a big following, they get overlooked by like On 3 and 24/7 Sports as far as stars go, because they're not on the internet, or because they went to a public school in the city or something like that. So therefore, when it comes to getting ranked by like a On 3 or 24/7 Sports, they get ranked as like 2 and 3 stars, or some of them just don't even have stars because they don't have film. You know what I mean? A lot of these parents still are trying to catch up to this new way of how the internet works and how important it is to have some kind of highlights on your child. And not a lot of people want to hear about it. No, it's not a popular thing, but it should be talked about more, and more people should be trying to help parents get these kids who have less opportunities to shine. Like you said, stars don't matter to you either. They still have to fit in the system scheme, and they have to absolutely, absolutely, they have to play. And I agree, LNV. Look, like when you so when I see like a kid, for instance, I was talking about this kid Cameron Lindsay from Pitt University. He's committed to the Pitt Panthers, but he only ranked as a 3 star. He's nowhere near a 3 star. Nowhere near. You're hearing his name all through Western Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, live in Erie, Pennsylvania. This is a big football country out here. Eat, shit, sleep, breathe football. Western PA, Western New York. That's all we do in these parts. Eastern Ohio. That's it. If you don't know who Cameron Lindsay is out there, they know. But 24/7 having him ranked as a 3 star is an understatement to the way he plays football. Period. The way he played football, and I think it has a lot to do with the area that he's in, Aliquippa. He go and that's all they do is play football from when they're babies all the way up. That's all they do out there in Aliquippa. However, Aliquippa is a dangerous spot when it comes to the crime level during like the summer sat, but that shouldn't have anything to do with scouts wanting to properly do their research and get out there and really evaluate the talent that's out there. Now they will see him on Saturdays playing for Pitt going off, because you don't see that kind of linebacker with that kind of attitude, tenacity, and knowledge of the game at that age. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that out of him. 6'2", 195, 200 pounds, something like that. Beast. He's an all around athlete. Plays basketball, played running back, linebacker. And him being in a city like Aliquippa has hindered and his dad and his family have done everything they can do to put him out there on social media, the following and everything else, but yet and still 24/7 and On 3 got him ranked really low, which to me was very disrespectful, and not just being from the area. I think it was kind of lazy at him also too to give him that ranking, because I've seen him ball. There's no way that like there's no way he should be ranked a 3 star. No way at all. But hey, let him be a 3 star. You know what I'm saying? Let him be ranked a 3 star. Pitt got them one. I know that for a fact. Pitt got them one when it comes to Cameron Lindsay. Now, and I was just talking about this just before I was about to get into a whole bunch of other things. But a lot of parents don't know how to work that, even still, you know what I'm saying? And they're getting overlooked. A lot of talent. So stars don't matter to me. You come in ready, Get your development. When you got a chance to enroll early in college, learn your schemes, work out, and do your thing because they don't matter. Arizona, they had a 3-star quarterback. Everybody overlooked them. Goes in the Pac 12 and absolutely balls out. I can't wait to see what he does in a bowl game. It's a 3-star. A lot of people overlooked him. Beat on a lot of schools. Outplayed a lot of players. You know what I'm saying? Upperclassmen quarterbacks, teams they didn't think they was gonna do. A 3-star quarterback. It don't matter. They're athletes. They're athletes. Pick who you need for your scheme. Go by your scheme, and just like you said, LMV, go by your scheme. Look at the talent. They have the resources to do these things, but they don't. And when you start looking at these schools who are not as successful, of course you're not going to get the 4 and 5 star talent. But a lot of them sometimes come in with the wrong attitude also. That's why it's rare to have an athlete like a Travis Hunter that's a 5-star that's so humble and so down to earth like him. Like he's rare. Like he's really rare. Like he don't carry himself like a braggadocious type of person to shit upon somebody else who's not ranked as him. Like that's rare what he has. Like it really is, and that's what it makes me a big fan of a Travis Hunter too, because the way he carries himself outside of football and his athletic ability, you don't get that a lot out of kids who are in the spotlight like him, 5-star athletes. But there's so many more that's out here that's underranked, and then schools get these kids and they develop in talent. So I just wanted to give a little bit of encouragement to players that's out there that are ranked low, that have 2 stars, 3 stars. That's nothing. They missed on you. Grind out and keep doing your thing because you will be great. Like right now, you can easily say Truckin Chubbzy, I'm a 1-star podcaster. All right, cool. Whatever. I'm gonna keep working at my craft. I'm gonna keep going. And sooner or later, people will start seeing me and say, okay, he deserves to be whatever they deem fit. But to you, you know who you are, you know how you ball out, and to keep doing your thing. Now, like I got some requests about Clemson, Army, Alabama, and Pitt. I just talked about Pitt. You get now Alabama, we already know how they roll, so I'll save them for last. When you looking at Clemson, Clemson is off a little bit because they're still young. They're still a young team. They're still a young team and they still got room to grow. A couple of transfers may have hurt Clemson with the safety and the cornerback leaving. Now, with that being said, though, when you get a team like Clemson that are still trying to establish themselves, when you got players that's leaving the schools and transferring out for whatever reason, I don't know why you would want to leave Dabo Sweeney and go somewhere else. And they're building great. And I see why a lot of people may be discouraged right now that's in the ACC because of how Florida State just got done. But I wouldn't let that worry, what I'm saying, too much if you're an ACC person, because look, Clemson is they're going to be just fine. The ACC is just going to be just fine. Keep balling out and keep doing what y'all doing in the ACC. Stay there. You don't want players like that in Clemson, though, that want to leave the program. You're there. You're doing a great job. Y'all building up on something new. Y'all had a rough season. It wasn't a horrible season at all. Clemson was the number one defense in the ACC. When you're looking at total yards and everything else, they straight up balled out. Could not be stopped. Absolutely could not be stopped. Their defense was crazy. You seen how they put it on Notre Dame. Um, Florida State should have been there. They wasn't. Big deal. You know what I'm saying? The ACC would move on because Miami Hurricanes had the best run defense in the ACC. Clemson had the best defense in the ACC statistically. Florida State had a bomb defense in the ACC. Louisville ain't nothing to sleep on in the ACC, and that's why you're not seeing Pitt as successful. Now we'll see what Clemson picks up. Hopefully, if you're a Clemson fan out there, let's hope that y'all go ahead and y'all pick up, get y'all quarterback stable, get some more skill positions, and replace those defensive people that decided to leave. That hurts a lot of development too. Seeing how y'all finished with 8-4, not bad at all. Not bad at all. And a very, very overlooked, underrated ACC. That is crazy. Now, I got a odd request about the University of Buffalo, and I do this, and I want to talk about everybody's favorite teams because y'all my supporters. Y'all watch me, you support me. I will give you updates on your schools and report on them. Okay. Now, University of Buffalo, tough, 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 man. Y'all got so much to work on. You're already in the MAC, which is like a low D1 school. You know what I'm saying? The MAC is not a, it's known to football lovers, okay? But it's not popular. And for UB not to be on the top of the MAC is tough. Now it is underrated as far as talent goes, but University of Buffalo has to change a whole lot in culture, everything. Y'all need a total rebuild up there in Buffalo. I'm telling you that right now to me because things ain't just working out. After Khalil Mack left there, I don't even know what Buffalo was doing after that. After those years, they just went down and down. Now you go way, way back, you'll see some prestige in University of Buffalo. But as if right now, the talent they're bringing in, there's no development going on in Buffalo at all. Y'all getting guys in there and y'all give them an opportunity to be looked at by somebody else, and then they're gone. They go to that following school. They still don't have no development. There's no type of development in Buff right now, and that's crazy to me. And it's showing on the field because they're not beating the Toledos, Miami of Ohio. They're not beating those schools, and that's a problem. That's a problem in Buffalo. Y'all need a total overhaul. And with Syracuse getting Nick, that was with Coach Prime and everybody else, they're grabbing a couple of y'all talents. They grabbed one of y'all key players, the safety up there, snatched him up already. He flew. He went to Syracuse so fast in a heartbeat, blink of an eye. And that's because some of these guys want to be developed, and they're not doing that up there. They got to switch everything over. Get somebody up there in Buffalo to me that is relating to these kids in that area, because there's a lot of talent in the city of Buffalo when it comes to football, Western New York in football, period, point blank. There's talent all over Western New York. I lived out there. I've seen it with my own eyes. Kids out there can absolutely ball. Focus on getting the best out of their area. Stop letting these Canisius kids go elsewhere. There's a lot of them out there, a lot of inner city Buffalo kids that can ball out. Stop letting them go elsewhere. Recruit your area and have it on lock. That is important for Buffalo. They're not doing that well, and I believe that's why you're seeing the results that you're seeing. Their bias, that area is a lot of politics that goes into football, which hurts that team more than anything. And you see the politics start up in that Western New York football pipeline system start high school, middle school, and whatever. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen my cousin of mine, Draven, shout out to him, play. He should have been a quarterback for Jamestown High School. Jamestown is where the commissioner, Roger Goodell, is. Jamestown High School. There's one high school in that town. You have all these kids that play football their whole lives in that town, in that area with each other. They all go to the same exact high school. So you know about time they get to high school in Jamestown, New York, what kids should be playing which area. You know what I mean? You know what you got. You know who the dogs is. You know where they're going to fit at and everything. Draven was hands down the best quarterback in he should have been in the best in the state of New York. Overlooked. Jamestown had nothing to do with it. You know why? Because his dad wasn't an ass kisser. My cousin Blue, he's not an ass kisser. He was not the proper people. So and it's like he didn't get along with everybody. They just chose to overlook him because they wanted another kid to play quarterback other than him. He should have been. He went to I believe it was I can't remember what high school he went to. I think it was somewhere Randolph. Went there, absolutely balled out. They missed out on a quarterback. They did, however, still go to state, but that wasn't because of their quarterback play. Now, had they had Draven, Butera, Pagan, and everybody else, shout out to E and his son, because his son is an absolute beast at running back too, was up there at Jamestown High School. Had they had all of them and all of that talent, and he played Pee Wee football with these kids and won championships for the South Side. I've seen it all. They should have all been up there at the University of Buffalo balling. And I'm telling you, that team would have been super, and especially when you start putting these kids with Canisius kids, the inner city Buffalo kids, the Orchard Park kids. Like, come on, man. There's no reason for Buffalo in the bit to be in the MAC and be as unsuccessful as they are when all that talent in just that area alone in Western New York goes crazy. They do a horrible job at their pipeline. I'm just being honest. They do a very horrible job. And a lot of that has to do with the athletic directors at these schools too, and why certain kids get overlooked because of the politics that's up there. Take politics out of football, let talent be talent, give these kids a chance to play ball, and you'll see how much a difference it makes. And that's like the same thing with Pitt too. Start getting all the talent. We know that that's known for nurses and doctors up at University of Pitt, but start at your pipeline. There's mad talent up here. That's all we do in Western New York and Western Pennsylvania is play football. We eat shit, sleep, breathe football up here, period. You got a wicked jump shot, you good at basketball, cool. We hoop to have fun. We know the ballers that's up here that can play basketball like they ass off, but if you could play football, you are a damn celebrity at whatever age you are in this area. It sucks, but it's just a fact, and that's just what it. I don't know. Somebody calling me. Who is calling me? That's crazy. You don't be calling me while I'm up on my joint. That's crazy, man. Like I see that. Like if you want to get in the comments, get in the comments. Don't be calling me on the Facebook, waiting at. But it's a problem. It is a problem. These stars, the way that these talent, the way that these pipelines are up here, and it's not going to stop until we people as us as a whole start making this into a big deal. And that goes for wherever you're at. Wherever you're at. It don't matter. It no matter, like no matter wherever you're at. You know what I'm saying? Like the DMV, wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? You could be in New York, you could be in Texas. Texas get a lot of their kids to stay down there and play. It's not the same way up here. They don't feel the same love up here in the Northeast. You know what I'm saying? It's not, because a lot of these programs are biased. The system, this way that the system is up here is crazy. Politics come in and holding a lot of these kids back, man. And I don't rock with that. Um, Speaking on like Army, we know the Army. Army just always, they just need to, they're not never gonna break out of the way that they are. They always gonna have in shape kids. The Army system is great to recruit from. I think that a lot more players from the Army should get a lot more of a chance to go pro. I think a lot of people should be looking at them, and they do. A lot of them, they don't transfer out, but I believe they should be going a lot of going pro. If you're looking to get a person that's in shape at no matter what position it is, you want to go to the Army. They absolutely train so hard. I've seen some of their training videos. It's absolutely crazy. They got a lot of unorthodox training. As you would say, what I mean by that is like it's not your typical football training, what you see going up there, what you're not expecting that by it being an Army. But they absolutely ball out, and I promise you, I'm going to do more research on the Army and getting to know that team. But from what I've seen, a little bit that I have seen, their training is absolutely intense. They're in shape like crazy when they come in there, and it should be a destination of they should get a lot more kids wanting to go there too. But you're definitely gonna get in shape when you go there. You're looking to get in shape and develop. That's a school to go to. Maybe you could transfer back out. And I think a lot of some people have done that. That just have football careers and want to get trained very hard. I think some kids have done that in the past, and I don't knock them for that because that training is crazy. And if you need that, but look, man, that really, look, what I was just talking about was really good, man. I want to get back into a little bit of that, man, because we don't understand how, like, I think sometimes we always overlook the fact that a lot of this a lot of our inner city talent, no matter where we're at in the US, gets overlooked when it comes to politics and everything else, as far as being noticed and getting noticed. Sometimes it's grades, but sometimes it's not. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's not. Some kids who you think may have bad grades don't have bad grades, but they got all the talent in the world. So once again, y'all, before I get on up out of here, thank y'all for kicking it with me, getting up in here. Shout out to LMV for popping in. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my aunt for popping in. Shout out to my uncle for popping in. My family for popping in. Y'all always support me. I appreciate it so much. And I'm going to always bring out updates on y'all squads. And I'm going to quit doing these pop ups. I'll promote a lot better. You know what I'm saying? So I'll have a lot more people come in at the same time. So I'll promote a lot better when it comes to my live shows. But like I said, I got to keep trying to push it out, get it out. All right. Got y'all on that. Okay. So yeah, man, we got to keep this conversation going though, man. Much love to y'all.